Guys, what's up? It's GVKcollectibles, and today we're going to be taking a look at two former Robins, aka Nightwing and Red Hood. As I said, today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse 2-pack Nightwing and Red Hood. Now, this is really cool. So, McFarlane has been recently doing this. They did it with their Mortal Kombat figures. They did it with this set right here. And also, there is a set with Barry Allen Flash and Red Death from Dark Knight's Metal, which is pretty cool. So, this is actually my first 2-pack. It's really cool. It comes with Nightwing Red Hood. This set was released last year. I think roughly at the end of last year, maybe like fourth quarter of last year, I believe. Maybe. I can't remember exactly. I was fortunate enough to luckily get mine from Mythical Mountain. They had one at their St. Augustine store, and they were able to get it up here for me, so I was really happy about that. Really cool. So this is a really cool, the packaging very much similar to the just single card DC figures, but instead you get these 2-packs, and it's actually really cool. Unfortunately, you don't see it right now within this, but both these figures actually come into, like, they have dynamic poses within the box set itself. And at the top, you get just nothing right there. Then all the credits and everything down here at the bottom, like the Batman logo, the Warner Brothers logo, and everything, and also the price. And also, you can see, here's the back, the most important part. So you actually get these 2 cards. So you get Nightwing, which this one is based off the new 52 Nightwing, Red Hood, and Red Hood. This is actually from the recent DC. This is from DC Rebirth. I think this is actually when he fought Deathstroke. I think. Actually, yeah, that's actually the source right there. It's actually Deathstroke number 5. And also, you can get some other figures in the wave. So you get pretty much all the Dark Knight's Metal, like the Dark Knights from Dark Knight's Metal. So you got Dawnbreaker, you got the Devastator, you got Murder Machine, you got the even though he wasn't a part of the Grim Knights, not Grim Knights, well, it's Grim Knight, but even though he wasn't a part of the DC, what's it called, the Dark Knights, and also the new, I assume this is either the old, yeah, this is the newer one with the wings, the newer Dark Knight, the Batman who laughs with the, what is it? The wings. Sorry, had a lot of fun. And also to mention, you can also follow McFarlane on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Definitely check it out. Like, he does post a lot of cool stuff, and even like his own thing. He does like a lot of Facebook Lives about figures that are coming out. Specifically, one that I'm very excited about is the Batman Beyond figures. Those I'm really excited about. I don't know if I'll do the whole Build-A-Figure, but I am definitely planning on to get one of the Bat figures. So on the side, of course, you get Nightwing and Red Hood. Then you get DC Multiverse. So with that out of the way, even though they're out of the packaging, let's get on to Nightwing and Red Hood. Right, and here we have Nightwing and Red Hood out of the packaging, and man, what I gotta say about these 2 figures, they're really cool. The one I like the most is clearly the Red Hood figure. Not to say that I discredit the Nightwing figure at all. It's a really great figure. My only problem is it's just a repaint of the Nightwing that originally came out, God, I think 2019, I believe. It was the one with the Build-A-Figure wave with Batgirl, the Batman Who Laughs, that it was the Batmobile Build-A-Figure. But anyway, like, despite that, both these figures are really cool. I'm super impressed with the Red Hood figure. It's really cool. Probably one of my favorite Red Hood figures, other than I think Arkham Knight design. I actually think whenever I think of Red Hood, this is definitely the design that I always think of. Very much post-Rebirth, so it's like New 52-ish, kind of. But yeah, also to note that the Red Hood is the New 52 Red Hood because of the red stripes and everything, but it isn't completely accurate to how the Nightwing costume looks within the New 52 run, but I'm not really complaining. I know there's a majority of people who don't necessarily like the red Nightwing, which I'm okay with. It's up to your preferences. Mainly because, like, blue, the regular Nightwing is just so iconic. These 2 are clearly my favorites of the former Robins. Not to say that I have anything against Tim Drake or Damian. I actually really like Damian and Tim Drake. I really like them all, but these 2 are probably my favorites of the Nightwing, of the former Robins. So before we get into the individual figures themselves, let's take a look at their accessories, because they do come with a bit of accessories, including, so yeah, let's take a look at those those real quick. Guys, and as I said, Nightwing and Red Hood, they do come with a few accessories. Primarily note that both of them do come with the DC. We'll just start with Nightwing first, because he is really the figure that really has nothing new to him, which, you know, that could be a bad thing or a good thing, depending on what you want. The Nightwing figure is really solid. But he does come with the base, just like Red Hood. He also comes with this like base with a little DC logo at the bottom. Really, this hasn't much changed. This is like a constant for all the DC Multiverse figures from McFarlane, which is okay, and I don't really have a problem with it. You do have special, there are ones that have a special case, like mainly the Superman, the Action Comics Superman, and even the Golden Winged Wonder Woman. They both have that flight base, which is really, really cool and really unique. I'm really glad that Todd included those. But anyway, back to the Nightwing. He does come with his Skrilla sticks, aka I was calling them Gaffy sticks, but these are Skrilla sticks. Mine are a little bent, but like if you just heat them up and you can like put them back into place, it'll be very, very easy fix. Not too much detail on them, but you do get the grips. You do get the top of the Gaffy stick itself, which is really, really good and really well done. Really nicely molded little piece of plastic for these two, which is really, really cool. And as always, he does come with a card too. So this is actually Dick Grayson from the. And as I said, when we get into it, we'll do a comparison comparative to this. The New 52 outfit isn't exactly, the figure isn't exactly like this, like the New 52 one, where the Nightwing itself, like the logo, isn't as big as it is on the figure itself, but you also get some good stats on Dick Grayson too, which is really, really nice. I'll pause for a minute to show you guys. Well, not pause it, but I'll give you guys a close up to see, so you guys can read it and read up on Dick Grayson if you are already a fan, like Dick Grayson, or you are interested in the Bat family at all. So next upon is Red Hood. Now, Red Hood only comes with 2 accessories, much like Nightwing, but they are very keen to his character. They're both guns. Now, these are Desert Eagles, like from the mold. They're very much Desert Eagles, which look really, really great. They look really greatly molded. They look really, really cool. To note that these are practically similar to the Thomas Wayne Desert Eagles, with the exception of Red Hood's does have the little bat symbol in it, which is really, really cool and really well done. It's just kind of like a silver, but it makes sense for Jason to have this type. It's very different in comparison to what Thomas Wayne has. Although I don't think I've really seen, like, I could be wrong, I don't really have seen like Jason use these kind of silver, like, I know he uses handguns and everything, but he usually uses like traditional looking ones, like very similar to the one that Thomas Wayne has, just very like that kind of dark gunmetal gray. But it is really cool. I mean, I can get why they Todd did it. I'm not complaining at all. I think it looks really, really cool. They're really well detailed. I love the little the detail of the little bat wing in it, like the little bat symbol, the Red Hood symbol, I should say, which looks really, really cool. And as always, he does come with a card. Now, this one is really, really cool. The art is really awesome for this particular card, I think. And also, if you have a hard time kind of seeing it, it is just because it is a lenticular. They say this is a DC New 52, but it's from Deathstroke number 15, which is DC Rebirth, so take that as you will. But it is practically similar to his New 52 design, with the exception of, like, it's weird the New 52 Red Hood had a mouth for some reason. Red Hood of the Outlaws, I don't know who drew him for Red Hood and the Outlaws, but he had like a little mouth for some reason, and it was very, very uncomfortable. But this is the kind of Red Hood, so I'll get a close-up of this too, so you can read up on Jason Todd. So yeah, that's pretty much all the accessories and everything that they come with. So let's actually jump into Nightwing first, because as I said, he's really we'll jump into the figures first. So here we have Nightwing, but also we have the first release of Nightwing. Now, this is the classic Nightwing from basically when, after New 52, Dick Grayson's identity got leaked by the Legion of Villains, I believe, the Injustice League, I believe, or, oh God, I can't remember what they're called, but but basically they were the evil version of the Justice League from another planet, and ultimately his identity was leaked, and everybody knew he was Nightwing. So basically, he went into like a spy agency. So he went undercover, and then essentially, with comics anyway, everybody forgot his identity. Then he became Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, again at the beginning of the New 52, not New 52, Rebirth, DC Rebirth. So this is kind of cool because you got New 52 and you got Rebirth, aka Classic Nightwing. As I said before, these two particular figures have the exact same mold, so the articulation, everything is pretty much identical to each one of them, and even the details are very, very similar with a few differences here and there. Which one do I prefer? I really like the blue, but I also like the red. I kind of go back and forth. I really, mainly just because I love red and blue. These two are practically my primary colors in Halo, so it's like I love both these colors. But as I said, the biggest notable difference is with some of the biggest notable difference with these two figures. I only decided to do this because this is the only figure within the 2-pack that is not really different from its original release, with the exception of the paint job. So the eyes on the count, like on the mask itself, are red, which look really, really good, and as opposed to the white right here. Also note that the hair has really, really cool detail in it too. Like both these ones, I actually just noticed this because I actually looked at them really closely again, but they have the kind of same hair line, so these are practically identical with a few adjustments, like even the skin tone, if you could tell. The skin tone, this Dick Grayson right here is a little gray, not grayer, a little bit more tan comparative to this one, although that could just be the light bouncing off the ring light. So yeah, let's get into let's take a look at the Nightwing again real quick. A lot of cool details, very much like the original one. There's a lot of cool detailing on the suit itself, like you get like different kind of textures and everything, and like looks throughout the whole suit, which is really, really cool. It's really cool to see the suit not just be like a black. You get like hints of little details here and there. Dick butt, get it? But yeah, you get to like see a little bit hints of details, including like in the tech suit here. If you can kind of closely see right here, then you get right there too. You got a strap right here. It's really, really cool of how well detailed these figures are. Like that, they have all these kind of like little nooks and crannies in them that look really, really great, really well detailed for these figures. And also, very much like the original Nightwing, you can put his gaffy sticks right here if you just want to have him chilling on a building, or if you just want to have him chilling, which is, I think, pretty cool. It's really cool that McFarlane had really introduced a lot of these ideas and everything, like in terms of storage for weapons and everything. It's really, really cool to see that. I would really love to see that. Actually, McFarlane did do that with his own design of his Batman figure, which I'm still trying to look out. They actually put out a variant. He put out a variant for it. So, without me gabbing on any more about the detailing of Nightwing, let's get to articulation. Nightwing can look up a little bit like that. He could be a little hindered because of the hair. He can move his arms out all the way. There is a swivel right there, so you can actually swivel it all around, which is pretty freaking impressive. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. Dogs were barking at something. Maybe they saw a cat or something. So, as I said, like, his arms can move out. He also has, like, some, which I think I've never noticed. It's not on the Jason figure or any of the other figures I think I've seen from McFarlane, but he does have a butterfly kind of joint right here, of where you're able to get the arm to a little bit more range and articulation. My only problem with it is it doesn't have, like, the paint right here, which, like, if this was, like, say like a Marvel Legend, because I will say Marvel Legends are that really good of where they have like joints that like kind of jut out. They do a really good job and continuously have the paint continue for a bit up until a certain point. It's only a minor gripe. Like, I don't really care all too much because the figure looks good and it helps with the articulation, and you get him into some pretty cool poses itself. He does have a ab crunch right here, and he can move his back all the way back like that. He does have a waist swivel, so you can get him. So you can get him in some pretty dynamic poses. He has double jointed elbows, I should say. His wrists, like all the McFarlane figures, the joint right here is really cool, I think. It reminds me a bit of a Revoltech joint, but it's a little better because you can actually rotate the joint itself, so you can get the hand, in any kind of position that you really want it to get it into, which is really, really good. His legs can move out that far. They can move back a little bit. It's mainly hindered because of the plastic right here, which is going to be like a case with most of these McFarlane figures. Kicks out that far, double jointed knees, which is really, really great. No calf swivel. Feet can go up that far, go down that far, and there is a beautiful ankle pivot with this guy, which is really, really good. So now, let's get on to the new figure in the line, aka... well, not AKA Red Hood. Right, and here we have Jason Todd, AKA Red Hood, out of the packaging. Man, I feel bad for Jason Todd, even though he was really, really hated in the comic books, like when he was Robin after Dick Grayson, because he was essentially a carbon copy of Dick Grayson. So they decided to do something different, and they decided to make him a little bit more brutal, which was really, really cool. It was very interesting. A lot of interesting takes on the character, but man, the way he got killed in Death of the Family is like brutal, and it's like, dang, do you really hate a comic book character that much? But like, luckily he's come around and he's become like really a fan favorite. He's a fan favorite, but he's also very polarizing to a lot of people, because there's a lot of people who think he should have stayed dead because it's one of Batman's greatest failures. But I do love the kind of the Punisher. It's a weird Punisher mentality with Jason Todd, but it's actually really cool. And he actually takes up the Red Hood moniker after Joker, which was Joker's original alias, which is really, really cool. So the first thing that you will notice about this figure is the mask. The mask is absolutely fantastic. It is probably one of my favorite versions of the Red Hood mask, I think, other than the Arkham games. I really love that because I had that old Red Hood figure. Fortunately, I don't have it anymore. I sold it. But man, I got this guy this is probably one of my newer favorite, because it looks like the comics. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Red Hood, even though this is the Rebirth design, it reminds me a lot of the Three Jokers, how he looks in that, which is really, really cool. Leather jacket is also really, really cool. Really, a lot of cool detail. Dog's barking at stuff again. I don't know why. But like the detailing on the leather jacket is really, really good. Really well detailed. It's got like these kind of... It reminds me a little bit of V's jacket from Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk figure, which is really, really good. But you got a lot of good lining in here, right here, there, and a good really a lot of great detail on this particular figure. I think it's really, really cool. As I said, if you don't want to spend the money on this particular 2-pack, if you don't want the Nightwing figure, this guy is coming out in a single card pack, in a single figure, so if you want to wait for that guy. But I've actually been seeing people do customs where they actually take the Dick Grayson head and actually put it on this, and it looks really, really good. But the hood... the Red Hood's logo right here looks really, really good. Very much kind of like a bat symbol, which I think Jason took it up to basically kind of mock Batman at first, but then they have such a weird relationship now. I'm not even sure what it is within the books. Well, actually, I know what it is in the books. So Jason's actually working with Batman, before Future State happened. So, but it's really, really cool. You get really a lot of cool detail here, within the chest itself, and the different kind of ballistics, the belt here and there, which looks really, really great. And also the gun holsters are really, really cool. They're very similar to the Thomas Wayne ones. You will probably have a harder time getting these ones in. Not too hard. It's not like a ridiculous oh my god, I can't get these in. That's impossible. But they're a little relatively hard. Jason Butt. But yeah. This figure's a really, really great detailed. I really love it. It's probably one of my favorite, I keep continuously saying it, it's probably one of my favorite DC figures. It is one of my newer favorite ones, I think. But yeah, so with all me gushing on about the details, let's get into articulation. So Jason can look up Kind of a little bit, but I think it is just mainly hindered because of the back of the mask, and also, yeah, mainly because of the back of the mask, which is, you know, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you want. He does have an ab crunch, which is really, really good. Waist swivel, similar to Dick Grayson, of course. His arms can move out that far. There is a bit of a swivel up top here, which is really, really good. Double jointed elbows, which is great. And not really. So the one complaint I kind of have with this figure in particular is, unlike with the Jason Todd, unlike with the Dick Grayson, there isn't that joint there. So it is kind of like this one joint. So all you really get is kind of like a rotation, which is kind of sucks, but like it's okay. Like I'm okay with it. Because you mainly want him holding guns, and you can get a lot of dynamic you can still get a lot of dynamic poses out of this guy, which I really, really like. Is like he goes up that far, he can't kick back too far. He does have double jointed knees, no swivel at all. His ankles move down, they can move up, and he's got a beautiful ankle pivot. So with articulation and talking about the details and everything, let's get into some size comparisons, see what Jason and Dick scale with. Here's Dick and Jason compared to some other figures from different companies. Mainly two, we got the new NECA Ultimate Stalker Predator from the Predator 2 30th Anniversary line, and we have the Ember Collection Ian Malcolm from Mattel. So roughly these guys are, so comparing them right here, they're roughly a little above 7 inches, which definitely makes sense. It could also mean that I'm positioning them in a weird way. So yeah, they're about the normal size of a McFarlane figure. McFarlane, I will say, their scaling is relatively it varies between figures, but I think these two look really, really good. I think these two should be standing roughly at the same kind of feet comparative to each other. They're like 5'10"-ish, so, which definitely makes sense. I actually think they are 5'10". I can confirm that in the video. So yeah, this is which, like, once again, I think they scale pretty okay. It's gonna be cool. It would be cool to see these two fight each other, though. I always love to see, like, do these figures, and I always love to see, like, dream fights. Not so much Jeff Goldblum. I think I don't think Jeff Goldblum would stand a chance with any of these guys. Here's Red Hood and Nightwing compared to some other members of the Bat family, primarily Batgirl and Batman. So I actually looked up on the cards. So Red Hood is actually at 6 feet, and Dick is actually at 5'10". So Jason should be a little taller. Barbara's really taller, because Barbara's like measured at 5'9", and of course Bruce is at like 6'2". But mainly I think that's just due to the inconsistency of sizing with McFarlane, which, like, could be a problem, it can't be a problem, depending on, like, if you really, really, really care about that. I mean, I kind of don't, just because I usually have these guys in dynamic poses anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. It is really, really cool seeing all these guys next to each other. I do definitely plan on getting the Damian Wayne. Hopefully we'll get, like, Tim and, you know, Duke Thomas, hopefully, aka Signal, soon. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see all these guys look together with the whole kind of mini Bat family. Here we have Red Hood and Nightwing, and ready to fight some crime in Gotham or Bloodhaven. It doesn't really matter which one. I mainly say Bloodhaven because that's where Nightwing patrols. But overall thoughts on these 2-pack. I think it's a really, really cool 2-pack. I mean, for me, the Jason Todd figure is well worth it, and especially the Nightwing figure too, mainly because I got this Nightwing figure before I got the regular version. So for me, it really doesn't matter, like, for me, that I have, like, to get this one. But if you do already have a Nightwing figure, and you don't necessarily like the new 52 design, I would say ultimately wait on this set, wait for this guy to be, and find this guy by himself, because this figure, let alone, is worth it. I love the chrome on the mask, like the reflective paint on it. It looks really, really cool, really shiny. I really love it. Nightwing is super, super cool, I think, too. I would definitely recommend this set if you don't have a Nightwing figure, but if you do, I would just ultimately wait for this guy in particular to come out on store shelves. I think he may be out already. So yeah, I think that's overall thoughts on the review. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular review. It was a little bit of an interesting one just because of the dogs barking constantly. So also make sure to hit like and also hit subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you get notified when videos like Figure Review Friday, Mythical Mountain Monday, and What's in the Box Wednesdays come out. Also check us out on our respective Instagram pages, me, GVKcollectibles, and my brother at Jack's Pop Guy. Also check out our Mercari shops down below. We have a lot of cool stuff there. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope it's really great and uneventful. So, and remember to be safe. Also, have a great day.